Bangladesh just changed everything. To shock, the world wasn't ready for this. What happened between Burkina Faso and Bangladesh has shaken the foundations of global economics. A rebellion has begun, not with guns or violence, but with something far more powerful: cotton. Yes, cotton. That soft, fluffy fiber that most of us take for granted is now at the center of a bold, revolutionary alliance. For years, the cotton industry has been dominated and manipulated by Western corporations. But now, two unlikely nations, Burkina Faso in West Africa and Bangladesh in South Asia, have joined forces in what many are calling the Cotton Rebellion. It's emotional, it's powerful, and it's a wake-up call for every African, every Bangladeshi, and indeed, every oppressed nation across the world. This is a rebellion rooted in dignity, self-reliance, and patriotism. What you're about to hear will not only shock you, it will make you proud. Proud to be part of a rising wave of nations finally saying, enough is enough. The exploitation has gone on for far too long. For decades, the producers of the world's wealth have remained poor. The farmers, the workers, the dreamers, always building the riches of others while their own people suffer. Not anymore. Today, something new has begun. Something bold, something historic. So don't scroll, don't click away, because this changes everything. Like, comment, and subscribe, not just to support the channel, but to support a movement that might just change your life. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just understand what's happening, you'll feel it in your heart. For too long, Africa has been a supplier of raw materials while the West reaped the profits. Burkina Faso, one of the largest cotton producers in Africa, has seen its hardworking farmers live in poverty, while their cotton, white gold, made billions for European fashion houses. On the other side of the world, Bangladesh became the world's second largest garment producer. But guess what? Despite the blood, sweat, and tears of Bangladeshi workers, big fashion corporations paid them pennies. These were two nations caught in the same trap, producing the world's clothes, but never wearing the wealth. This setup was not accidental. It was designed to keep us dependent, divided, and distracted. Generations have come and gone, hands broken from work, voices silent poverty, spirits crushed under the weight of a system that was never meant to benefit us. But something shifted recently. A spark lit in the heart of Ouagadougou, and it echoed all the way to Dhaka. These two nations started talking, quietly at first, diplomats, trade ministers, textile leaders, and then a bold idea emerged. What if Africa produced the cotton and Asia made the clothes, all without the middleman? No more Western corporations exploiting our labor, no more unfair trade deals. This wasn't just about economics, it was about identity, unity, and independence. A silent revolution had begun, and that silence is about to break. The world will soon hear our voices, not begging, not asking for help, but declaring, we are the future. If this already gives you chills, hit the like button. Let's push this message far and wide. The Cotton Rebellion is not just a catchy title, it's a real strategy, a bold one. The governments of Burkina Faso and Bangladesh recently signed a textile cooperation agreement that will bypass international cotton brokers and redirect raw cotton directly to Dhaka's manufacturing hubs. This means Bangladeshi factories will now get cheaper, fresher, and fair trade cotton straight from African soil. But it doesn't stop there. In exchange, Bangladeshi engineers and textile experts are training Burkinabe workers to build local textile industries. This is genius. For the first time, Africa won't just grow cotton, it will begin weaving, stitching, and exporting clothes made in Africa by Africans for the world. The impact? Massive. Imagine millions of African jobs created. Imagine Bangladesh finally breaking free from Western fashion overlords. Imagine both nations owning their full value chains, from seed to shirt. This is bigger than trade. This is about rewriting history. The colonizers may have drawn borders between us, but trade and brotherhood are erasing them. The sewing machines of Dhaka and the cotton fields of Bobo Dioulasso are now beating in rhythm, a heartbeat of a new global South. It is not just a business deal. It is a declaration of independence, a rejection of centuries of exploitation, a refusal to keep giving everything while receiving nothing. Share this video right now. Let others hear what the mainstream media won't show you. Hit subscribe. Stay connected to the truth. The rebellion has begun, And history will remember those who stood up and said, "No more." As news of this alliance broke out, markets trembled. Western textile giants began to panic. Why? Because their exploitative supply chains are now under threat. For decades, they've depended on dirt-cheap cotton from Africa and underpaid labor in Asia to fuel fast fashion. But now, the producers are becoming the powerhouses. Experts in Paris, London, and New York are already calling this a threat to global fashion stability. But ask yourself, who defines stability? When they say stability, they mean control. Control over our lands, control over our labor, control over our dreams. And for the first time, that control is slipping. This alliance isn't just shaking the fashion industry, it's challenging global power structures. International banks are scrambling. They know that when countries like Burkina Faso and Bangladesh realize their collective strength, a domino effect begins. Other African and Asian nations will follow. The global South will rise. This cotton rebellion is not isolated. It is contagious. It is inspiring. It is a signal to nations like Mali, Chad, Nigeria, and Ethiopia to rise and claim what is rightfully theirs. It is a light to countries like Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Nepal to demand respect, fair trade, and dignity. They've been laughing at us for too long, but now we're not just laughing back, we're building back. Better, smarter, stronger. We are no longer pawns in their game. We are rewriting the rules. If you believe in this vision, type rebellion in the comments. Let's flood the algorithm with this word. Let's make them hear us. Every like, every share, every comment is a weapon in this digital uprising. Use it. This is where the story becomes emotional. Go to the cotton fields of Burkina Faso. You'll see old men with cracked hands, mothers with babies on their backs, working under the sun not for wealth, but survival. Walk the narrow alleys of Dhaka. You'll find girls as young as 15 operating sewing machines for 12 hours just to feed their families. These are not numbers. These are souls. And for too long, they've been invisible. But now, their voices are being heard. Because this rebellion is personal. It's about restoring dignity to the farmer and the factory worker. It's about telling the world, we are not victims, we are visionaries. This is the kind of patriotism that isn't about flags or politics. It's about people, about rising together. Africa is tired of being the raw material warehouse of the world. Asia is tired of being the cheap labor factory. This rebellion is a love letter to our roots and a declaration to our future. We are done watching our mothers cry because food is scarce. We are done sending our children to work instead of school. This is the generation that fights back with unity, with creativity, and with purpose. Are you feeling this? Then don't just watch, be part of it. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and comment your country name below. Let's show that unity is no longer a dream, it's happening. The Cotton Rebellion has already become more than just economics. It's now a symbol of possibility. The alliance between Burkina Faso and Bangladesh has sparked a global conversation, not just about textiles, but about power. Who has it, who controls it, and how the balance is shifting. For decades, the West used loans, debt traps, aid packages, and trade restrictions to keep nations like Burkina Faso and Bangladesh in a cycle of dependence. But that cycle is cracking. These countries are no longer asking for seats at the table, they're building their own tables. Cotton is just the beginning. Already, other African nations are watching closely. Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, and Togo, all major cotton producers, are exploring similar agreements. They see that it's possible. They see that we don't have to rely on the IMF or the World Bank. We can rely on each other. South-South cooperation is no longer a theory. It's becoming a lifeline, a strategy for survival, a model for prosperity. In Bangladesh, factories are already reporting better profit margins due to the direct cotton imports. And in Burkina Faso, pilot projects for small garment workshops have begun, led by women. This is no longer a rebellion. It is a revolution, peaceful, productive, and unstoppable. If you've made it this far, type revolution in the comments. Let's make this video go viral. Let the world know that we are watching, we are rising, and we are ready to lead. But revolutions don't happen without resistance. And make no mistake, powerful forces are already working to stop this. Lobbyists from big fashion brands are pressuring governments to block deals. Multinational cotton traders are trying to undercut Burkina Faso's prices to sabotage the alliance. Western media is silent. They won't report this because it goes against their narrative that we are poor, broken, and incapable of unity. But we are not broken, we are uniting, and they are afraid. Afraid that if more nations follow, their control will collapse. They've used media to make us believe we need them, but we don't. What we need is each other, our cultures, our trade, our shared struggle, and our shared victory. There are whispers in high places that the cotton rebellion must be stopped before it spreads. They are right to be scared, because this rebellion is no longer in the fields or factories. It's in the hearts of people. The youth are rising. Entrepreneurs are stepping forward. Leaders are being born. The story of Africa and Asia is being rewritten, not by colonizers, not by corporations, but by the people. If you feel this in your soul, then share this video. Drop your flag emoji in the comments. Let them know where you stand. Let them see we are not ashamed, we are awakened. Now imagine this, an African child wearing clothes proudly labeled made in Burkina Faso. A Bangladeshi tailor paid fairly, working in safe conditions, creating garments with dignity. A world where our people are no longer just laborers, but owners, shareholders, innovators. That world is being built today. In schools across Burkina Faso, young students are learning textile design. In Bangladeshi universities, new curriculum now includes supply chain sovereignty. This is a generational shift, a mental liberation. The chains are not just physical, they are psychological. For years, we were taught to export raw and import value. But now we are producing value. We are keeping the wealth. This rebellion is a mirror, forcing us to see what we are capable of. We are capable of greatness. We are capable of creating global brands rooted in our identity. Not just copying the West, but leading in our own way. The future of fashion doesn't belong in Paris or Milan. It begins in Ouagadougou and Dhaka. The next luxury brand will not be French or Italian, it will be African Asian, and the world will wear it. Are you ready for that future? Then subscribe, because on this channel, we speak the truth, raw, powerful, and unfiltered. And we are just getting started. Let's talk numbers. Burkina Faso exports over 500,000 tons of cotton annually. Bangladesh imports over 8 million bales of cotton every year. When you put those numbers together, without foreign intermediaries, the profit margins skyrocket. Farmers in Burkina Faso are already reporting a 30% increase in income from pilot exports. Bangladeshi factories are saving millions by avoiding Western brokers. This is wealth creation, real, measurable, immediate. But here's the real magic. It's not just about making money. It's about keeping dignity. It's about knowing that your sweat, your labor, your effort is finally respected. A farmer no longer needs to sell cotton for scraps. A factory worker no longer has to fear a collapsed building. This is how nations rise, not by begging for aid, but by building alliances. Strategic, respectful, and empowering. This is how empires are built, together. The numbers tell a story of transformation, and this is just year 1. Imagine year 5. Imagine 10 years from now. Africa and Asia can form the largest textile bloc in the world. From growing to weaving, designing to exporting, everything under our control. It's possible, and it's happening. If you believe it, comment Textile Power and let your voice be counted. Don't underestimate your comment. It pushes the out, it spreads the word, it inspires others. Every click matters in this rebellion. But the cotton rebellion isn't just changing fashion, it's changing politics. Leaders are now under pressure to rethink trade. Citizens are demanding transparency in cotton deals. For the first time, farmers are being called into national policy discussions. The streets of Ouagadougou are buzzing with pride. The youth are energized. The elders are hopeful. And in Dhaka, worker unions are using this alliance to push for better wages. This is democracy in motion. This is accountability rising from the grassroots. And the international community is noticing. At the recent African Union Summit, cotton was no longer treated as a forgotten topic. It was center stage. Leaders from Mali, Nigeria, and Ethiopia are now drafting regional cotton policies. Meanwhile, Bangladesh is planning a national garment expo featuring only African cotton. That's not just symbolic, that's revolutionary. A trade fair without Western brands? That's a message that we can celebrate each other, buy from each other, uplift each other. Politics is being reshaped by purpose. Economics is being driven by ethics. This is the Africa and Asia we've been dreaming of. A continent and a region no longer defined by exploitation, but by empowerment. Stay alert, stay informed, stay inspired. Subscribe, because the future is moving fast and you don't want to miss a moment. As we bring this message home, let's remember, this rebellion is not just about Burkina Faso and Bangladesh. It's about you. It's about every African who dreams of a better tomorrow, every Asian who believes in dignity and justice, every human who is tired of a rigged system and hungry for change. The Cotton Rebellion is a symbol, a flag, a call to action, to collaborate, to conquer, not with weapons, but with wisdom, with unity, with shared purpose. Let this story fuel your fire. Let it wake you up. We don't need permission to be powerful. We don't need validation to be valuable. This is our time. This is our revolution. From cotton to consciousness, from fields to factories, from pain to power, we are rising. We are uniting. We are building something the world has never seen, something beautiful, something bold. So wherever you are right now, in your room, on your phone, in traffic, in school, remember this moment, this feeling, this truth, and carry it with you, because the rebellion is not just out there, it is inside you. Like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, believe. Believe that we are the authors of our destiny. The rebellion is real, and it has only just begun.